Hi friends, today we are making a Carlota de Café or a coffee icebox cake, and these are some of the ingredients that we will need. Into a mixing bowl, we're adding in 1 block of room temperature cream cheese, and we're also going to go ahead and add in 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. So we really want the cream cheese to be at room temperature because we want to try and avoid any big lumps. If your cream cheese still becomes a little bit lumpy or curdled, that's completely fine. It's just that we want to try to avoid it. So we're going to go ahead and scrape everything out of this sweetened condensed milk can. And then we're going to go ahead and mix this on medium to high speed for approximately 3 to 4 minutes with our hand mixer. You can also use your stand mixer. I just happen to have my hand mixer handy. So we're going to go ahead and mix this to try to break down the cream cheese and incorporate it to the sweetened condensed milk. Now what makes this icebox cake really yummy is that we're going to be using galletas Maria, but chocolate galletas Maria, so it adds a little bit more of like a kick, and it pairs well with the coffee. So if you're able to find them, definitely use the galletas Maria. If you're not able to find them, you can definitely use the regular galletas Maria. Once you have incorporated the cream cheese and the sweetened condensed milk, we're going to take 1 cup of water, and I'm using this cold coffee. It's cold instant coffee, so it's easier to dissolve in water. I highly recommend using this brand. So to 1 cup of water, I'm adding in 2 teaspoons of instant cold coffee. I'm going to mix so that it dissolves, and this mixture is what's going to give our Carlota de Café the coffee flavor. You can definitely add more or less coffee. I feel like if you add more, it's going to be a little bit bitter. So 2 is not the perfect, but like the ideal measurement. You can certainly add a lot less. So now we're going to turn on our hand mixer on low, and we're going to slowly start to incorporate the coffee mixture into our cream cheese and sweetened condensed milk mixture. You want to do this slowly because since the coffee is very liquid, there's more chances of it splashing. That's the reason why I'm doing it a little bit of it at a time, and to also give it time to incorporate to the other ingredients. At this point in the mixing process, you want to make sure to incorporate the coffee very well. And if you have any remaining lumps of cream cheese, you want to make sure to dissolve that, because our next steps are nearing not the end phase, but the phase where we're going to start forming our Carlota, and it's going to just get harder to incorporate ingredients. So this is the time. Once we have done that, I'm going to go ahead and add in a half teaspoon of cinnamon. This is definitely going to add a lot of flavor, and it pairs well with the coffee and the chocolate cookies. So I definitely think that this is something that you shouldn't omit. You can certainly leave it out, but I feel like it gives it a little bit more of a kick. I'm also adding in 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract to help seal this mixture. And I'm going to incorporate this on medium to low speed just to make sure that the cinnamon doesn't go flying everywhere. I mentioned earlier the galletas Maria, so a lot of people will ask how many you need because they usually come in this like little tube of cookies. I ended up buying 4 packs, but I only used 3 packs of galletas Maria. I did go ahead and purchase them at Walmart. So Walmart usually has the regular galletas Maria, which is I think a vanilla flavor, and they also have the chocolate galletas Maria. Except the galletas Maria that are the normal vanilla ones are made by a different manufacturer than the chocolate ones. So just keep that in mind. Once we have incorporated the cinnamon and the vanilla, what we're going to do is we're going to start in to add our 3 cups of heavy whipping cream. So I'm going to do this slowly and 1 cup at a time. You do want your hand mixer to be on medium to high speed. So basically what we're doing is we're trying to make the whipping cream stiffen up a little bit, and you're going to notice that it does it after about 10 minutes. So this specific part of the process takes a little bit longer than everything else. At some point I even thought, oh my god, this is never going to fluff up because of the other ingredients, but trust me, just keep going. At this point it just looks like soup, and you're probably doubting me and the way that you did this, but you're doing the right thing. You just have to be patient, and we have to continue to mix because it is a process. So what happens with whipping cream is that it needs to be really cold. And my advice, something that I didn't do here, but for me, my advice would be to place your bowl and all of your utensils in the refrigerator, even the mixing blades, because it'll help make this process a little bit faster. If you wanted to make this process even faster, you could also place your like a bowl with ice on the bottom of this bowl, just to cool things down a little bit. But if you have time and patience, just do what I'm doing here. It's going to take honestly about 10 minutes for the whipping cream to gain volume because we've added so many other ingredients. So we want to just make sure to keep going. And what we're looking for is the consistency of like not a tub of whipping cream, but kind of like frosting. It's going to be soft, it's going to hold its shape, but it's also going to be a little bit runny. And I'll show you that specific texture that we're looking for. See here, another 5 minutes went by, and this is getting closer to what we need. When your mixture starts looking like this, it's getting ready to the point where you stop. Another note that I have to add is that if you keep going past this point, what's going to happen is that your whipping cream is going to curdle and it's going to start becoming butter. So make sure to stop at this point where you can see ripples and you can see that it holds its shape. Because if you go past this, then you've gone past the point of no return. This is my favorite part out of all. Anytime I do a dessert or I'm making cookies, my favorite part of anything is to decorate the actual cake, to decorate the actual cookies, or to put together the dessert. So here I have a 9 by 13 inch pan. You can definitely use a disposable one. And what I'm doing is I basically dolloped some of the coffee whipping cream mixture, and I just want to make sure to cover all of the surface at the bottom with a little spatula here. And then this is where we're going to start adding in our chocolate cookies, and you basically do this as your heart desires. It doesn't have to be in a specific pattern. Just make sure you cover the entire layer that you're working on with cookies, and then dollop over it some of the mixture that we created, and continue until you finish the mixture or the cookies, whatever you finish first. I do have to say that if you do have some leftover whipping cream like I did, don't throw it away. You can definitely make a smaller version of this dessert. But what I did is I actually used it as foam topping or like whipping cream topping on my cold coffees or even hot coffees for about 2 weeks. So I was able to save it in a little container and use it on top of my coffee, and it was delicious. So here I'm just showing you the cocoa powder that I'm going to use to sprinkle on the top just to make it look a little bit prettier. And here I have a tiny little strainer, and I'm just adding in my cocoa powder, tablespoons at a time, and just make sure to sprinkle that all over your Carlota, just to kind of like give it an extra like layer of chocolatiness, and so that it doesn't look too bare at the top. I do like to use the special dark Hershey's. Of any time I use cocoa powder or chocolate syrup, the special dark has, I don't know what it is, but like I feel like it's yummier than the milk chocolate version. So definitely, if you can, buy this one. If not, the milk chocolate works just fine. Make sure to sprinkle that all over until you feel like it's pretty, and I feel like we've gotten to that point here. Once we are finished putting together this dessert and decorating it, we want to place it in the refrigerator for 4 hours to at least overnight, which will give it a delicious firmness to it. It's kind of like eating ice cream and cake together. It's delicious. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like my video, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment down below if you make this recipe, share my video with a friend, and follow me on all my other social media like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.